There he is. Gonna warm her up?
Yeah, I had it running before, but probably at 40 right now.
What's that?
Probably at 40. 20. Cooled off a little bit, yeah.
I'm recording. Andrew, you doing the pre-game stretch?
Yeah, man.
Show us how it's done. Can you do the splits in your sledding suit? You're gonna lead a class?
Oh, fuck. I'll leave it in eco mode into the bar. Steady 120. Steady. Yeah. Welling off.
All right, boys, let's get going. Good times. Fucking love this crew. All right, so we're just getting ready. We're gonna leave Hotel Matagami, and today's plan is to make our way to Sarre. Had a fun night with the guys last night, and just getting ready to go here. She is cold again this morning. I think we saw minus 26 Celsius last night. Plus the wind chill this morning is probably around minus 30. Some friends beside us there from Woodstock. Actually just down the street from me, not too far. All right, so here we go again. Back on the trail. Had a wicked day of riding yesterday. Tons of fun. Trails were absolutely pristine. I think we were probably at about 650, 660K so far in the 2 days. And honestly, trails have been spectacular. Just fantastic running up here in Quebec. So I think we got about another 320 or so K today to get to Sarre. It's going to be dusty. That's the one thing, because you're doing fast running up here, you get a lot of snow dust. So I'm going to hang back from Jess a bit, so hopefully it won't affect my footage. In fact, he should let me lead. But he probably won't. Yeah, so as I was saying, we've done about 650K. And the plan is to put on about another 340-ish today. So we're doing this small loop up north in Matagami up to the lake. So we're gonna check that out. Go to the top and then loop around and then make our way to Sarre. I think it's about 20K total, so we wanted to try a little local loop while we're here. Oh my God, trail looks great. This is just groomed. One track on it. So I've been running these new Bergstroms now, so I've got some good miles on, and honestly guys, I gotta say they're fantastic. These 6-inch triple points on the new XRSs are amazing. I have really light steering still, like it's not super heavy. Jess is running the 8-inch carbides and I found it a little too much. So this is the kind of the branch off where we're gonna go up and around to do this loop on the top part of Matagami. Yesterday was a lot of like really hard, fast running to get into Matagami. Then it gets a little tight with some really good jumps, small hills to kind of crest over. It was a really fun ride. But if you like the high-speed running, man, there's nothing like Quebec. It's awesome. So one thing I gotta say too is we've got a bunch of miles now with these oxygen helmets, and I can't say enough good about them. I really hated the look of them, but functionally they work amazing. They're so awesome. I gotta say, Mike's oxygen wrap on that machine with the yellow, oh man, looks so good. I really like the way that helmet complements the machine. Mike got the yellow wrap and I got the black and gray wrap. I guess to compensate because Mike has a black jacket, so he wanted more yellow, and I had a yellow jacket, I wanted more black. So they both look good. Oh well, that was fun. I made a wrong turn. Totally missed the cutoff to go north. Tons and tons of snow up here. Trails are in awesome shape as usual. So we had a fun night last night. I guess the only issue is just because of what's going on with COVID. There's the restaurants are not open here, so it's it was a little tough. We couldn't get food. So what we ended up doing was basically going to the gas station. They had frozen foods, and we just did some mic'd up food, case of beer, and that was kind of like our night last night. So that's the only trouble right now, just with COVID. You gotta just kind of go with the flow. So we had some M&M Thai bowls that were actually pretty good, but decent place. We stayed at Hotel Matagami. It was all right. So I think I was talking a little bit about these oxygen helmets. Initially when I got it, I was like really hesitant about them. I mean, I didn't like the look of them at all. And I kept talking to my buddy Jamie, and he's like, dude, you gotta try one. He's like, they may not look great, but they work amazing. And you know, we've probably got like 10,000 K on these helmets, and we absolutely love them. They work so well. I know some guys complain about them. They've been having issues. We did have some issues with the lenses initially, and then those were swapped out under warranty, and since then, like zero issues at all. They work amazing. It's even nice to have some heat in the helmets too, so we're loving them. For the cold weather, it's like, you can't beat it. It's fantastic. We are on the 396 heading south from Matagami, and trail's very freshly groomed. We just saw the groomer. He's just ahead of us. We're about to come up to him. But according to Rich, this side of Matagami, south towards Amos, is like this for majority of the way. And right now it's fucking mint. There's the piston bully. No, I don't think it's a piston bully. I saw the red from the back, but that's the drag. And now it might get a little bit bumpy, but I imagine it's still going to be pretty spectacular. This is awesome. Just took a little break at the warm-up shack on the way down from Matagami. 20 minutes, defrosted our clothing. It was actually the first warm-up shack where there wasn't already a fire waiting for us, so we made a fire. And we're actually coming into one section that's apparently a logging section for like 12K. It's supposed to be not great, but listen, for 12K and all the spectacular riding we've had so far, I can't complain. Yeah, for sure, it's a little bumpy in here because they plowed it, but I can't complain. It's still, yeah, at the end of the day, we're riding fucking 1,200, 1,300 kilometer trip. You get 12 kilometers, you don't sweat it. And even this, I've had worse sections before. This is not bad. Okay, so we just filled up gas on our way down from Matagami. 195 kilometers with no fuel. So we all used our Jerry's and no problem made it to the gas station. And now we're gonna continue trucking along. Let me put my GPS on here. And we're gonna go all the way to Sarre. We've done about 200K today, just under 200K, 190 to be exact. And we have about 130 left into Sarre. And yeah, no place to stop for lunch today. We each got a sandwich and some snacks from the gas station that we filled up a few minutes ago. Sat on our machines, ate the food, chatted amongst the boys, and Now we're trucking along. Heading west towards, I think it's called Tasharu, which is where we are going to have lunch. But it's already, the restaurant is 250K of a 340K ride, so it doesn't really make sense to eat lunch that late. That's why we got lunch at the gas station. That was only 190K, so it's pretty close to halfway through our run. Oh my God, guys. Honestly, my mind is blown right now. In 20 plus years of riding, I've honestly never had better trail riding in my life. This day in particular has been outstanding. And now I totally get it. I know there's a lot of guys from Ontario that say, you know what, I'm not gonna buy a pass in Ontario, I'm gonna ride Quebec this year. The trails in Quebec are just completely impeccable. We didn't hit any bumpy trails today all day. So we had left Matagami and we did about 160K. Flawless riding, stopped for lunch. Sleds have been running amazing, super, super cold, which our two-strokes absolutely love. And honestly, I've just been like really impressed. Like the trails are so well set up and so well kept here. We passed the Sarre groomer, and you know, we've been following them. They really do a great job. They do a fantastic job there. And here we are. We're just turning into. We're about 15 clicks out of Sarre, and a couple of really interesting things. So, firstly, the people here are great. We, I think I mentioned on one of the earlier vids that, you know, we have to carry oil, obviously, with the two-strokes. It's a bit of a pain, and we've already blown through most of our oil. I mean, we've done a bunch of riding, and what we ended up doing is Jesse called into the Polaris dealer in town in Sarre, and they actually are delivering a 4-liter jug of oil to the hotel for us. And the same thing for us with our skidoos. We called the local BRP dealer here, and they're delivering 2 jugs of oil for me and Jess. And the other thing, we ended up getting our buddy Andrew. So he's been really cold for the past 3 days riding. He's getting a lot of cold air through his face. And so we've been saying to him over and over again, try the oxygen, you gotta get an oxygen. So the dealer ended up hooking us up with an oxygen helmet for him. We got it for $600. They gave him like 20% off. And they're also gonna deliver that, so once we get to the hotel, all that stuff is gonna be there for us. So like, that's just amazing. Like, this really is the snowmobile capital of the world. I mean, they're just great people, and the hospitality is like, it's awesome. We don't have to worry. I mean, even next time I wouldn't even consider really taking that much oil if I know that they'll just drop it off at the hotel for us. So that's pretty awesome. What else? The running today has been extremely fast. So the trails are really, really high speed running up here. And we ended up making it to Sarre pretty quickly. It's actually only 3:30 p.m. right now, and we're basically going to be rolling into Sarre. I think we left Matagami at about 9:30 this morning. So it's been really fast running, but our plan is we'll probably just settle into the hotel room, relax for a bit, and then I think what we're going to do is probably end up going out for like a bit of a night ride and maybe do a couple of local loops. So so we'll see once we get into the hotel. But honestly, like, guys, I'm serious. Like, I've heard it from other people, and I guess we just have never really spent that much time here. I mean, Jess and I have been over to Quebec before, but I mean, this is ridiculous. I've heard from a buddy of mine who has been saying, I know he rides Quebec pretty much every weekend. He has a place in New Liskeard, and he'll cross over in New Liskeard to the Quebec side and then go up. So it's pretty amazing. Honestly, it's everything they say it is and more. They're just so well kept. Trails are like highways. There's like no stop signs, no road crossings. Like, you're just on it all day, and it's amazing. And the riding too, you get a really good mix. Today was a lot of power line riding, so it was super fast, but you know, every now and then you start coming into the towns, or you come into like some nice forests. It's freaking amazing, man, honestly. And Rich has been saying it. I mean, he's been riding longer than us, and he's been coming to Quebec for quite some time, and he knows it pretty well, and he's like, every time I come here, man, I absolutely love it. And it's been awesome. Really happy we decided to do this trip, and it's worked out really well. We have such a great group of guys, and everybody's having a good time. So I've got almost 3,000 kilometers now, I guess, on the 2021 850 XRS. And again, I've said it before, and it's hands down been my favorite to date. This thing's just awesome. The gas mileage with Jesse and I have been seeing has kind of been, it's sort of been all over the place, to be honest. But part of it's because we like to stretch it sometimes, and if you're to the bar, you're not going to get great gas mileage. So it's kind of been up and down, but basically we're seeing about 165 kilometers until the fuel light comes on. And oil consumption too has been kind of all over the place too. And again, a lot of it really, you know, Jess and I have been talking a lot about this, is here comes the groomer. Awesome. Very cool. Like I said, these guys are always out grooming. We've seen like 3 groomers today. It's amazing. But yeah, kind of on the oil consumption, Jess and I have been talking a lot about this, and you know, the more we ride, the more Ks we get on these things. So much of it really has to do with how you actually ride, and you know, how hard you're going on the gas, on and off the gas. And Rich was saying, you know, like if you're progressive on the throttle, it's going to probably be a lot better, and it is. And that's kind of what I noticed too, is, you know, I was riding pretty hard today, like pretty much on and off, a lot to the bar, and I've gone through more fuel and oil in comparison to Jess. But if you're easy on these things, I mean, they're great. When you start to get hard on them, they like to drink. Oh my God, look at this. Yeah, we can't say enough good things about them, guys. These, honestly, dudes just absolutely nailed it with these G4 sleds. They're friggin' amazing. And the 2021, if you're wondering, it is different than the previous models. They handle much better. They really stick, the front end sticks really well. They're just rails. They're awesome. And most of the folks that we've met, a lot of them from Ontario too. We met a couple of great people who actually have a cottage in Temiskaming, and so they're very well versed in the riding here, and they do a lot of miles. So they've got the right idea. They've actually bought a place in Temiskaming, which is sweet. They said the real estate has gone through the roof there too. Look at this, it's just crazy. Yeah, I'm definitely buying a pass next year, and I'm definitely going to be doing a ton more riding in Quebec, for sure. So we're about 3 clicks out now from Sarre.
If you liked that video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the Sledaddicz YouTube channel, where we release content on everything snowmobiles. Also, hit that bell icon so you can be updated every time we release new videos.